Alright. Take two. Alright. Since my video on my physical game collection did pretty well, I may as well cover my digital games. Because even though I collect more, I'm more of a physical game collector. I'm not completely against buying games digitally. I mean, heck, there's some games you can only buy digitally. So, yeah. There's Dragon Quest XI. Fantastic game. Kinda wish I had this physically, but I don't know. Maybe one day. One day. It's kind of hard to find, though. Maybe I'll buy it off Amazon. And then there's Tales of Vesperia. Very good game. Although gameplay-wise, it basically plays like Symphonia. They basically blend in together. Gameplay-wise, story-wise, they're pretty different, but gameplay, they're basically identical. Then there's Final Fantasy IX. Well, not on the PlayStation, but not this re-released version. Well, at least not physically, but I do own it physically. I don't know, it's complicated. And then there's Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I got this digitally because I thought it was gonna like sell out because it was a limited time release. Turned out that was not true at all. Jeez. But you know, at least I can still play it. Plus, I own these. Plus, I own pretty much all these games physically from via their original release, so it's not a huge deal. And then there's Shantae Half Genie Hero. I actually really like these Shantae games. They're actually quite fun. And then there's this random visual novel game. Yeah, this game has a lot of endings. It has like 60 endings. I only had the patience to get like 9. But I don't know. Hopefully there's not like a super secret like story that unlocks after you get all the endings like Shadow the Hedgehog. I somehow doubt it, but you never know. And then there's Spyro Reunited Trilogy. Although, I guess just like the Mario 3D All-Stars, I don't mind owning this digitally because I still have like the physical original release, so it's not that big a deal. And then there's BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. I basically got this because it's got Persona 4 characters in it. And that's kind of about it. I don't really know very many of the characters from the other series represented here. So, I don't know. Maybe BlazBlue might be a franchise I might get into. I don't know. We'll see. And then there's what's this game called? Oh, Brave Dungeon, my bad. Yeah. This is actually a really good dungeon crawler game. So, if you like those, well, there you go. And then there's Corpse Party. A very good horror game, actually. I think it's possibly only available digitally on the Switch, unless there's some sort of limited run version. And then there's Froggen, which is a very good platformer. And then there's Breath of the Wild. I mean, everyone has Breath of the Wild. I mean, I technically have it, but I'm one of the weirdos who bought the Wii U version. And then there's Animal Crossing New Horizons. Not Not gonna lie, I couldn't really get into this game. I don't know. I think the only Animal Crossing game I enjoyed was New Leaf. And then there's, Necropara, Ninja Wars. This is actually a pretty fun game. Assuming that you can look past all the fan service stuff. It's a pretty good beat 'em up. And then there's Celeste, which was made by Canadian. Yay! Represent! And Kirby, Super Kirby Clash, another game I think you could only buy digitally. It's a pretty good game for what it is. And then there's Undertale, not underrated, overrated. A bit overrated. It's just like, I mean, it's not bad, but I feel like this game is a bit overhyped, considering that all you do is just press for like 70% of the time. It's just hold right, and occasionally read dialogue and try not to kill things. Yeah, I mean, the characters are pretty fun and music's pretty good, but you know, it's not as good as people say it is. And then there's Galgun, a bit of a risque game. And then there's this game, which is alright. And then there's Tokyo School Life, another visual novel. And then there's the Exterior series. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. I felt like this was a game that I thought I would like, but I couldn't really get into it. Might be something I might need to give another try. And another risque anime game. And then there's the Stanley Parable. That game's actually like really good. Okay. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. And then there's YouTube, which isn't a game. Shantae, Bloodstain, which is another game I thought I would get into, but didn't. And then there's the Miss Kobayashi Switch game, which is not very good, to be honest. Pokemon Home, which also isn't a game. And then there's Kirby Dream Buffet, which is actually really good. And then the Ninja Turtles game, which is really good. And then the first Fire Emblem, which was also a limited time release. They haven't done that ever since. I think even Nintendo realized that was a bad idea. And then there's the Crash Team Racing remake, which is not nearly as good as the original. Chocobo GP, which is an okay racing game. And then there's Blood Hockey. Yeah, that game's actually like really good. I'm really bad at it, but it's actually really fun. Toby 3D, a good hidden gem. Jack Quest, I haven't played it. And then there's Game Boy. Oh, Jump Rope Challenge, which is kind of fun, but most people won't play it more than like 2 or 3 times. And then there's Super Mario Brothers. Everyone's played that. And then there's Doom. I think everything can run Doom, or the original. And then there's the Funimation app, rest in peace. The Genesis Pokemon Cafe Mix, never played that. Then there's Freedom Planet, which is actually a really good indie game. Never did play the second one though. Haven't played. Stardew Valley, a fantastic game. Then there's, haven't played. Oh, Splatoon ripoff. Haven't played. Final Fantasy VII, and these Arterier games I recently downloaded, or tried to download it. I need to make more space. Yeah, they're on sale, so it's just like, why not? For some reason, the digital art book takes up an entire space on the shop, which is kind of weird, but whatever. And then there's all this stuff I have on my second Switch. I think this is my OLED model. Already talked about that. Oh,